Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So last week in my vlog I said I was going to be doing something like I've never done before in this week's Vlog Thursday. And I haven't really done this before, but this wasn't what I was planning on doing. I wanted to do a video that is still going to happen, but I wanted it to be like perfect for you guys, and I just didn't feel like I had enough time to do it. So instead, today I'm going to do a tanning routine because that is one of the questions I get asked the most. And I woke up this morning and I looked in the mirror and I was like, I feel like I look weird. Like I just don't feel like myself. Like what's going on with my skin? It's so bizarre. And I seriously stared at myself for like 5 minutes and I was like, oh, it's because I'm super white right now. Like really pasty. I haven't been out in the sun in a very long time, like for more than like 2 minutes running errands. So I thought this would be a great time to share like what I do for my tanning routine, all the little steps I take, because it's more than just like spraying yourself with tanner. That's where you end up getting like the crazy clumps and streaks and all that stuff you don't want. So I'm gonna like walk you through my total routine, everything I do. And the first and most important thing is you gotta time it up right. Because if you don't time it, you're gonna end up like having to wash it off too soon, or it won't last, or it just like won't look right. So I always do my tanning on my like self-care days. So self-tanning, self-tanning, self-care. That way I can make sure that I exfoliate and do all the little steps that I need. But hope you guys like this. If you're excited, click the thumbs up, like give it a little love right there. Like this video because it's gonna get real good. Okay, so the first thing I have to show you is this self-care cart that I made. I've been wanting to do this for a long time because I feel like I have stuff for self-care like in 10 million different places in the house, like everything from like nail stuff to hair masks, face masks, lotion, razor, self-tanner, like all the things you could think. So instead of having them in 10 different buckets around the house, I put them into this super cute cart. Look at this. And it's like all nice and organized, and I can actually find everything. So like up here is a lot of like face stuff and nails, and then I get into more like masks and like big treatments and all of that. And then down here is like self-tanning, baths, all the good things. Peace out, puffy eyes, you know, everything you need to stay beautiful. I'm trying to figure out how to attach my, how to attach the camera to my towel rack so that I can show you guys all of this. Ready? Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay? I did it, look at it, so self-sufficient. Okay, so the first thing is I always plan my tanning days when I'm going to take a bath, because you have to exfoliate. That is like the most important thing. If you don't exfoliate before you self-tan, you're gonna end up with those dark clumps because our skin dries and we have more cells in different areas. And if you have a bunch of like dead skin cells in one spot, then it's gonna like build up there and start looking chunky and gross, and that's not good. And I've gone times where I don't exfoliate and I keep layering my tan just because I haven't had time, and it's not cute. So I wanna take a bath because that allows your skin to get really moisturized. Then you can use a loofah or an exfoliator to get all of that dead skin off, and then you're really getting the most out of your time, so you're able to like make sure you're getting it all done, relax, refresh, and then get your tan on. Okay, so I have a bunch of different salts that I love to put in the bath. This one is called Martini. And it's awesome because you get like, it has Himalayan pink sea salt, chia seed oil, so you can get all the benefits to soak your muscles if you're really sore after like one of your Hot Body Sweat Guide workouts. This is really good to soak in the bath. And then I'll take my razor and do all my shaving like after like sitting in the bath for about 15 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. This one actually I just realized is called Emotional Detox Bath Salt. So if you're feeling really emo, then a bath helps with that too. But the salt will also help really soften your skin so that you can get a good shave. I'm gonna try out, have you guys seen these? Like the Billy razors? I haven't tried them at all. They're supposed to be like really good for women, so we'll give it a go. Okay, so when I exfoliate, this has a softer side and a dark side that's a lot rougher, and so I like to use the rougher one because it really helps exfoliate. And again, I let my skin soak for like 15 minutes, and then I'll start just going in little tiny circles and paying extra attention to like right around the ankle and your knees, your elbows, all those really dry spots, to make sure you get them super well. And just do that for like, I don't know, 5 or so minutes, just to make sure you really start to feel like you got any old tan off. And if you don't have old tan, then it's really just about getting any of your dead skin cells off. But you really, really, really want to make sure you do it evenly on both sides so that you can have a nice even tan once it's time to do that. Okay, so now it's time to shave that I'm exfoliated. So I'm gonna use my razor, the shaving cream, and you have to shave before you self-tan because otherwise you're just gonna like darken the hair and then it'll just look like you're extra hairy, which is not good. So take your time. Again, this is why a bath is so good, because you can actually just like take your time and really get all that hair off. Okay, so I've always shaved this way, like against the hair, but I was just reading that you're supposed to shave with the hair, which is so weird to me, but I'm gonna try it and see how we do. I mean, I guess it works just as good, but so weird. Like my whole life is flipped upside down. What's happening? If you guys have always shaved against your hair, please comment below. I wanna make sure I'm not like the weirdo that has been shaving wrong my whole life, because that'd be unfortunate.
You've always shaved against the hair?
Yeah.
You're definitely supposed to shave with the hair.
My whole life I've been shaving against the hair. Oh my gosh. I've been doing it wrong my whole life. You guys, Ryan said that you have to shave it with it. I thought that was just like a guy thing for your head.
No, I think that's just a common rule.
Well, it's clearly not. It is clearly not that common. It's not a common rule. I think it was like Pop Sugar or Cosmo or someone. So if they had to write an article about it, clearly I'm not the only one that's been doing it wrong. All right, so once I'm out of the bath, totally exfoliated, completely shaved, I rinse off to make sure I get any of the like shaving cream or any creams or anything off of my skin so it's totally clean and fresh to tan. And then this is what I use, you guys. So it's down here. This is the Loving Tan 2-Hour Express, and then I get like a new little mitt. Oh, that's a removing one. Let's see. Okay, so they're applicator mitt and the 2-Hour Express, and there is a normal like full 6-hour one, and I will use that sometimes, but here's the thing. It's really hard to go more than 2 hours without either like getting sweaty or wanting to take a shower or something. So the 2-hour one's great because it develops so fast. It goes on just as well. It gives you like a great color. It lasts just as long. So unless I have like 8 hours where I know I can be a tanner, this is always my go-to. I use the dark. Anyways, I've literally used this for like 3 years. This is just like my favorite go-to, the only one I use. So I'm gonna show you how I apply it all over my body. And of course, like I'm gonna put it all over. I even do my face, so I'll show you how I do my face. But bikini on for you guys. Keep it covered. And then when I get to my back, they actually do have an applicator mitt that you can like put it on and get your back. But I have an applicator named Ryan, so I have him help do my back all the time. So I'll have him show you what he does for my back. But I basically take the 2-Hour Express, the little mitt, it's like nice and soft. Give it a little shake. I don't know if you need to do that. That's just what I've always done. And then, if you guys can see this, I do like, pump it, pump it. Yeah. It's like dark brown, which is nice because then you can see actually where it's going on your body. So I'll kind of like squeeze it together so it gets all over the mitt. It's gonna look a bit crazy at first. So I just go down the arm and start rubbing kind of in long circular strokes. And the key is like, because you can actually see where it's going, is to make sure you are getting it everywhere. And if you guys are using the Loving Tan, so I do my hands, I'll go like really nice over my fingers and try to get them. If you're using this one, sometimes as you're applying it, you're gonna see like dark streaks. Try to rub those in, but if you have those, even as it's drying, believe me, they're gonna wash off. As long as you can like physically feel that you've covered all of the space, it's gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I do my face real fast before I move on. So I put a little bit less, just like 1 or 2 little pumps. I'll do the same thing where I like squeeze it and really like get it to rub into the mat. And then I'm gonna come close to you guys. And I just go in these small circles. It's gonna look scary. And cover my entire face, up my neckline, get it onto the ears a little bit, like trying to keep it as natural looking as possible. And I love this one too because it's vegan, so it has like really good, and it's organic, so it has like great ingredients in it. It's not gonna irritate your skin, at least it's never irritated mine, and I have very sensitive skin, so if that tells you anything, it shouldn't irritate anyone's. And you can feel good about what you're putting on because so many self-tanners have so many chemicals and just gross junk in them. And obviously, like everything that goes on your skin, it's your biggest organ, is gonna soak into your body. So if you're putting stuff on regularly, you wanna make sure it's good quality. Okay, so once I've gotten my face evenly, This is the trick. I put a little bit more on. And then I just go along like where I put bronzer or contouring on my cheekbones, like right underneath. I go along my forehead, a little bit on the bridge of my nose and the front, so it just kind of looks like sun-kissed there. And then on the jawline, rub it in under with a clean side, so it like stays like a little bit darker on the jaw and on the cheekbone. And then when I know it looks crazy now, but when I wash it off, I'll have a really subtle little bit of darker here, so it almost looks like that like natural contour when I wake up in the morning, and my skin just looks like fresh and glowing, and it's so nice to have that. Okay, I'm gonna show you what he does in my back real fast. Hey babe, will you do my back? Okay, while I'm waiting for Ryan, armpit 101. Get it? Make sure you get inside your armpit. Isn't this fun, love?
I always make sure to go right down the side.
I have tanned Ryan one time. We were going on vacation. He was so white and embarrassed, and so I made sure that we looked nice and tan so that we could get real tans. But, so we felt good doing it. Okay. So yeah, really just make sure, it's always gonna look a little bit whiter because that skin is being shaved all the time, right? But it'll look fine again once it dries. All right, Sunless done. It's like a doctor. Scrubbing. I know it's hard with this.
Am I supposed to explain my amazing skills at this?
Yeah, how do you do it?
I've got a lot of experience with back tanning specifically. I've been told that I'm supposed to just softly rub it on, not too hard, in a circular motion, covering the entire back. Mm-hmm. Then, on the sides over here, I blend. See that? That's called a blend.
This is like so amazing, you guys.
I'm supposed to blend it.
Trained you well.
Yeah, blend it into the tan that Kay's already done on the front.
It also helps your waistline look like it's like cinched in more because it like pulls in, right?
Yeah, I'm like kind of like...
Just like your oblique muscles, like kind of the same direction they go.
Yeah, so, right. All right, so I'm blending that in. You gotta go like right down the spine line there. That's important because that'd be weird if you just had a white spine.
And it tends to be deeper than the rest of your back, right? So you do kind of have to like get into the spine a little bit. Thank you for putting so much care into my tanning.
Yep. Well, I don't want to be seen with you with a bad tan.
Ouch.
Come on.
I guess I can't say ouch since I made you tan before I went on vacation.
Yep.
Ryan takes like 5 because he's so thoughtful.
I'm very thorough.
Oh yeah, very thorough.
I think we're pretty good here.
Okay, so for the legs, I like to start on the shin, and I'm just gonna start blending it all down. And again, going front to back, getting everything around the ankles. If you have like really dry ankles and dry knees, then you're gonna want to put a little bit of lotion on them first. I never do that. I don't tend to ever have any issues with it, but I know that that's like really helpful for some people. And then over the knee, just cup the knee. Make sure you get it from all angles, just smooth strokes to really like pull it and make sure you're covering every inch. And then do the same all the way up the thigh. All right, so after I'm pretty much done, I use a little micellar water on a cotton swab and do the bottom of my hands and toes and anywhere like I don't want the extra tan to sit. So then I'll just like rub on the palm of my hand and mostly just my hand, my fingertips, and then the bottom of my feet. All right, so this one actually tans like in a minute or two, which is amazing, but I'm also very paranoid and I like to get dressed fast. So I usually will blow dry just to make sure it's like super, super, super dry before I put on any clothes. Okay, so then I always put on loose clothing if I have time. So I have, this is like literally my tanning romper and it's super loose. It's not gonna like cling to any of the tan or take it off. But I will say there have been times where I have not had time to shower at all and I either have to go to a shoot or go meet a client or something, and I throw on like my tight workout clothes and I still have never had any issues. The only time, and then one thing I would say to absolutely avoid is doing any like tight leggings that have like mesh cutouts, because I absolutely have had a time where I end up having stripes down my legs from the mesh cutouts. So try to stick to like loose clothing. Again, it only needs like 2 hours, but even if you're using a like one that takes 8 hours, try to keep the loose clothing and avoid sweating until you actually shower. Okay, so the one downside to putting self tanner on your face is it like clings to any little spots you have, so you can kind of really see where I've been having breakouts lately, which is not lovely. But it'll lessen once you wash it off. So again, I'm gonna let it just sit, go do some work for the next 2 hours, probably fold some laundry, super fun. But I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like once I showered off, because it's not obviously like this as intense, but it's still like such a beautiful natural color. And I like to do this like definitely once a week, sometimes twice a week. It just depends if I'm getting ready for like a shoot or something, like right now, because we're getting ready to go film our Spring Slim Down Challenge. I am so excited, you guys. It's coming so soon. So I'm probably gonna do this again like in a day or two, but I'll show you what it looks like when it dries. All right, so it's been about 3.5 hours actually. I had a little extra time and I got like busy working, so you can tell it is like developed even more, super brown. But seriously, I know I haven't even washed it off yet, but can't you like see, like, I feel like you just see more definition everywhere when you're tan. It just feels great. But I look kind of crazy, so I'm gonna go wash it off and show you guys the final look and compare from before I was tan to after, so you can see the difference with just this 3-hour tan. Okay, so obviously I already dried, but the number one thing you have to do when you get out of the shower is make sure you like tap yourself dry. Don't scrub it or you're gonna get a bunch of the tan off. Also, maybe don't use white towels because they end up looking like this. Not the best call. I should know better by now, but I really love white towels. I just ruined them. Okay, so tap it. Normally I lather myself with like oils, but when I freshly put on a tan, oils can make it come off too, so then like just make sure you are moisturizing, but just use like a light lotion. And again, you want to just kind of like gently get it in there to help preserve your tan. All right, so you guys can see that the color is nice and dark and even. I love it because it's like a really natural color. It doesn't look too orange or too red. It's kind of like just blends into what my skin would normally do. And then the key is that around my ankles and everywhere else, you don't see those streaks. You don't see any like darker patches. It all just flows and looks really smooth and natural, like I got a real tan out in the sun. All right, so hopefully you guys like this tanning routine. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment below. Tell me more routines you want to see. I love making these for you because I just feel like it's fun to show you like a little bit more inside like the steps that I do, because of most of the time I do them and I don't really think there's anything special about them, but then I realize that a lot of people don't know that you need to do all those little things. So I want to share that with you guys. So comment below, let me know, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh, and if you're not already following on Instagram, make sure you guys go follow, because I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek behind the scenes of our Spring Slim Down Challenge filming in Palm Springs this week. It's going to be so much fun. All the details will come soon too.